In this video, I'm going to explain how to customize a Power App screen with various input controls like text inputs, date pickers, drop down, combo boxes will use as single user people picker and multiple user people picker, and will save all the informations in the SharePoint. And now let's see how it works. I will add a simple project name as project management application as we are going to build this. Next, I am adding a short description for the project. It manages projects, pages and its tasks. Let's add the project start date and project end date. Here, the default date of phase start date and phase end date is project start date and project end date. Searching for a person's name in combo box to add as a project manager. We can add multiple number of project members. I have added 2 members here, and in the right side, the phase information displayed is dependent upon the drop down value of that type of project. So let me do some changes in the phase start date and phase end date of all the 4 phases of information and technology type of project. Their project and initiation, project planning, launch for execution, performance and control. When I will click on the create project button, all the inputs given here will be saved in the SharePoint list, that is else as displayed here. A unique ID will by default created by SharePoint. Here the ID number is 53 and is used as lookup column in phase details list to save the phase information of that project. When I click on reset button, all the input fields get reset. Now let us start developing this. So before jumping into the Power App screen, let us know what are the lists we have to create in our SharePoint site. The first list is project details, in which we will save all the project information like project name, project description, project start date, project end date, project manager, project member. Here the project type or the type of project column will be a lookup column from the template list. For this, we have to create a separate list like template or type of project, in which I will list out all the type of project can be created while we are creating a project. Similarly, we have to mention all the phases of the template, and we have to create another list, that is phase details, in which all the phase information of close the play mode, and it's our development mode. Go to the new screen and add a scrollable screen. As we are getting a screen header here by default, let's delete its title label and customize it by changing its color. Change its hex code to 781 FCF and then change its opacity to 100 to 50. Pasting this rectangle again and squeezing it to get my left margin. Just drag it down. From the top panel, click on insert, just add a label and place it next to the left margin. We can change the text property of the label as project name. We can customize the label also as per our choice. We can change the font. I'm changing here as Vardhana. We can change the font size. We can change the font weight and also the font color, text color, anything as per your choice. Just copy this label and place it again on the screen to add my another labels. Just change this text property of the label as brief on project. This is my second label or second column label of the SharePoint, that is project description. Similarly, I have added all the labels as per our columns in the SharePoint list and name the labels. From the top ribbon, add the text input, place it below the project name. Next text input, place it below the brief on project and just expand it for multi-line. Add a date picker for project start date and copy this date picker and paste it for project end date. I will add combo boxes for project manager and project members. One combo box I will place below the project manager and next I will add and below the project members. I will add a drop down for type of project as it is a lookup column in the SharePoint list. I will add a gallery. Select a blank vertical gallery. If the gallery is placed outside the data card, then place it inside the data card and place it below the type of project, as the value of the gallery will be dependent on the value of the drop down selected in the type of project. Again, I will add another gallery for project members and will place it inside the data card. And I will place it below the project members. In Power Up, we are just drag and drop the controls and these are very easy to customize. I have customized all the labels and controls by adjusting their X and Y properties, changed their border colors, adjusted their height and width, and designed the screen like this. Now let's understand the code how to save the inputs from Power Apps to SharePoint list. So we have to write the code on the onSelect property of the create project button. Patch function. So here is I usually use patch function to save or update the records in the SharePoint list. So here we have used patch project details is the SharePoint list and defaults is basically used when we are creating a new record to save in the SharePoint list. Now we will see how to save the column values in the SharePoint list. First one is the title column and the now function saves the current time on which the record gets created. Second one is project name, which is a text input. So the control name dot text saves the text input value of that column. Similarly, the project description, and in case of project start date and project end date, they are the date pickers. So the date picker control name dot selected date will save the value of the date picker. This is the code to save the value selected in the drop down type of project. Its column name in SharePoint list is template name, which is a lookup column in a project detail list. Now let us check the items property of the project manager combo box here and its on change value, which is if it's blank then the value will be reset. In the next combo box project members, as we have kept this as multi-select combo box. So let's see the items property of this combo box, and In onChange property of this project member combo box, we will create a temporary collection that call members to add to collect the member's name, which will be selected in the combo box. And this temporary collection will be the items property of the gallery below the project members combo box. So I'm adding some members name in the project members combo box, and they will automatically added in the below gallery. The first member is added, search the second member name, and it will also. The code highlighted on the onSelect property of the create project button will save the project manager data to the SharePoint list, and for project members we are saving the temporary collection that call members to add by using for all function. Now let us see how to save the phase information. So this is our phase gallery. I've edited this and added the phase name as this item the title, phase start date and phase end date. Let us see how this information is extracted from the SharePoint list. As it is dependent on this type of project drop down, so if I'll select research, the phases are changed here. So let me show the code used at the item property. It filters the template phases list, and the value should be which is selected in this drop down. Now let us see how to store the phase information as it is storing in a separate list. So for this I have used for all function here, and this phase info create project dot all items, it is the gallery name, and the as the id will be the lookup here, and the id of the project details is yet not created, so I am storing this in a temporary collection phase info and patching the list name defaults again the list name as it is a new record, and phase start date, phase end date, phase name, and the project id will be first function, and the id created here. For that I have stored all the project detail information in the temporary collection.